Hello Libra, welcome to your general reading. Remember, this is a collective message. It's not going to apply to all Libras watching. It's for your sun, moon, rising, every and all signs. To book a personal reading, send a message on any social media. I am the Q for Tarot. I'm available to read in Abuja, Nigeria, as well as online. I'll be doing a reading in two parts, Libra. The first part is about your relationships, connections. Second part about your money, finances, your coin. So this has been a quick, short, straight to the point. I'm trying to get through all the signs so that I can resume the recalibration series on Tuesdays. The first episode was about the tower. This is why it didn't work. And let's see what card comes up next. So let's get into messages about your relationships, Libra. Relationships this week, Libra. Eight of Vessels upright. Nine of Buttons in reverse. And Justice upright. Okay, you're coming up strong in your reading, Libra. Okay, yeah, it does look like you're walking away from something that no longer served you with the Eight of Vessels upright, talking about abandonment. You might, this might be recent, this might be soon to come, but you're walking away from something that no longer serves you because you are tired of being the one that is always burnt all the time. You've got the Nine of Buttons in reverse. Tired of being burnt all the time. You're tired of being the last man standing all the time, where the bigger the flame is, the more tired you are to come out of it, because this is what you seek, this is what you desire. You desire balance, you desire equity, you desire justice. Okay, so if this is, though, for those in relationships, for singles, you've just recently walked away from something you're tired of. Not, you're single because you walked away from something that no longer works and you are seeking balance. If you're in relationships, yeah, it might be ending because you do seek balance. So this is like whole renewal and this is renewal of some sort. So let's see, what did you walk away from? Or why did you walk away? Let's clarify the Eight of Vessels for Libra. Why did you walk away? Let's see. The Sun upright. Majesty of Supreme of Vessels, also known as the King of Cups in reverse. And Ace of Buttons in reverse. Okay. Well, I can read this a couple of ways. You might have walked away because while you were celebrating somebody, the other person was insensitive or believe. Is it sensitive? Somebody was just not acknowledging their role in your emotional security with the Supreme of Vessels in reverse and the Ace of Buttons in reverse. There's a lack of passion. Somebody might have just been interested with the show of, in the appearance of things, but when it came down to the workings, this person was actually not pulling their weight at all. And it's somebody that you might have heavily relied on for your emotional regulation of some sort. You should always rely on yourself. But then when you get into a partnership, that's what I suppose that's the essence of getting into a romantic relationship, because the part that you we tend to seek out what we cannot give ourselves, although we're always advised to be whole by ourselves before anybody else coming is like a cherry on top. But there's still some certain level of vulnerability and comfort and empathy that you expect from your partner, somebody that you actually held in high regard. But this person was not pulling their weight and did not even seem like they were willing or had energy or drive with the Ace of, so that's the thing, they were not even coming with the Ace at all, but then you had been living at the 9. It does seem like a very, very one-sided relationship, and I'm not surprised that you walked away from this because you're looking for justice and equity and fairness. But let's see, let's clarify the 9 of Buttons, also known as the 9 of Wands. Why are you not deciding to no longer be resilient about this? Why are you giving up and walking away from this, even though you've spent so long and you've invested in this so long? Why are you deciding to walk away from this? It's obvious, but let's just get more details or see lessons that. Let's just see what comes out. I'll see how to read it. Let's see. Clarifying the 9 of Buttons. We've got the 3 of Coins upright. Okay. Got the 2 of Coins in reverse. Okay. Hostile Buttons in reverse. Huh. You might have made an effort to be involved and actually be actively involved in this person's business, or you valued what they valued either in business or friendships or collaborations. It looks heavily like business because it came up as coins. So I'll say that you might have invested in this person's, or might have wanted to collaborate with this person, but you actually realize that this person was not able to, because the 2 of Coins talks about like prioritization, knowing deciphering between your wants and your needs. So this person might have actually been reckless with money and might have cost you some good collaborations or even actual money of some sort, and you were so exhausted from carrying the relationship that you were, with the Foster of Buttons in reverse, you were not able to express yourself freely. So you found out that you, not only were you carrying this relationship emotionally, and when it comes to you, so emotionally you were doing most of the work. Passion, you were doing most of the work. Collaboration, yeah, you were relatively involved. Yeah, you made this person's business your business, either emotionally or when it comes to finances, or you actually took an active interest in this person. I think even a little bit too much more. You're coming up as being, yeah, with the Majesty of Vessels. And I talked about loving yourself first before expecting something for somebody else. So it looks like you might have poured yourself too much into this relationship, where this person only felt they had to just stay and shine while you did all the heavy lifting. And love yourself, Libra. Pour into yourself. Don't, yeah, let's see what balance and justice and equity looks like when it comes to your relationship, because it does seem like you have actually extended yourself more than you should have, to the point that even personal was detrimental because you were not loving on yourself. You were expecting somebody else to love you. Well, you're great that you love yourself enough to walk away, but you don't have to let it get up to the 9 of Buttons before you realize to give up. Lessons, we're learning every day. Okay, so let's see, what does fairness look like to you when it comes to relationships? Bearer of Blades in reverse, 6 of Blades in reverse, Foster of Blades in reverse. I'm not sure, Libra. I don't know. Why? How does this look balanced? Balance to you looks like not being curious. Oh, okay. You want a relationship where whoever you are dealing with is rooted and grounded, where, when they say if you don't stand for something you fall for anything, the Bearer of Blades actually is not reliable, because this person is, some people would even consider this a stalker, someone that has no obsessive, but still very juvenile, not emotionally grown. Yeah, so you want somebody that has a mind of their own, where they are not so curious, they are not easily swayed and distracted by shiny things. You want somebody that is a self-starter. Because the only way I can read the six of blades in reverse as a positive when it comes to relationship, or when it comes to relationships, is that you want somebody that is not always looking for a savior. You know, the six of blades talks about always wanting to partner to get to calmer water. So you want somebody that is wholesome all by themselves, that's not looking for somebody to rescue them. That would look like balance to you. And somebody that actually watches how they speak, because the first of Blade talks about being a sanctioner, someone that's very vocal, cutthroat. So you actually want someone that's actually okay. I get that. I get that. I can see that. So congrats, yeah. However, it is either for singles or those in partnerships, Libra. It does look like you're coming out from a pretty toxic situation where one partner was just me, see me, and another partner was like me, help me, love me. But it was just a partnership of two set two, yeah. This didn't work. While one person, so both people wanted attention, but for different reasons. One wanted attention for validation, one wanted attention for, it's both validation. It's both validation. One wanted limelight, showmanship. One wanted inside deep nurturing. But the thing about life, Libra, you have to realize that you have to walk away from no longer serves you, and it's great that that's the path that you're on right now. That's the path that you're on right now. So congratulations, all the best. Yeah, let me see. Major arcana, things pay particular attention to. Celebrate those who are fair. Okay, so let's get into your money messages, Libra. Message about your money, finances, your coin. This week, Libra. Actually quite thirsty. Message about your finances, your money and coin this week, Libra. This is about your money, finances, and coin this week, Libra. Tower upright. Six of coins upright. Nine of coins in reverse. There's a major shakeup coming in your finances. You might actually realize that you have been given so much to the fact that it's affecting your own abundance. So you might find that you have put yourself into some sort of commitment that requires you to split yourself in so many ways, and is actually affecting your abundance. Or you might have to learn some lessons from the bad decisions that you made, particularly about giving, about splitting of resources in some way. I don't know if this was like charitable giving, or if this was giving that you actually expected some returns. You might have invested in multiple projects at the same time, and that's the reason why you are actually quite tight. Or actually why you're going to be tight. But there's some lessons to be learned, Sha. There's lessons to be learned. But let's see what this tower is about. Let's see what this major shakeup is about. Has it happened? I don't know. You know that. Let's see. The lessons to be learned from the tower moment, from this grand realization that there's... that's another thing I wanted to mention. In the other reading, what I did, I'm still going to recap this in the second episode. But then I talked about the tower being situations where you might have cut corners, but the tower might also be a situation where might be divine intervention, where it is just a life lesson at that point. But the most important, the constant thing about the tower is that the tower is life altering. That's the thing. It's a major shakeup. It might be self-induced, but it's a major shakeup. So let's see what the tower is. Tower here. Seven of coins upright, diligence. Seven of vessels upright, illusions. Bearer of buttons in reverse, apprentice. So you might have been focusing, you might have been presented with a couple of options, and you might have chosen to focus on, I think you decided to like take stock. Okay. Well, it might be a drastic career change that you're making, because you like to take stock and you've actually taken your time to look. With the 7 of coins upright, you're taking stock to actually analyze what you've been working on. You're lining up your coins because to know to know whether to invest more into this, because after the 7 of coins we move into the 8 of coins, talks about like hard work and dedication. Excuse me. So you might be taking time to, the fact that you have to pause and assess your coin is making you realize that you actually have a lot of options, and one of those options is going to require you to be more proactive. There's something that you've been holding with the bearer of buttons. It's supposed to be you as an apprentice come up in reverse. You might be realizing that this is time for you to either take a step back or not take a step at all, or this might require you taking on more responsibility. I'm beginning to think it has to be more responsibility, because from the bearer of batons we move into the 6 of coins. It talks about charity. It talks about you dealing with more than one thing one time. It talks about you giving to multiple places at that time. So you might actually realize that okay, this is, I don't know, let me get to the end before, I don't want to speak out of turn. This is about the 6 of coins. Actually, we'll find out if this abundance in reverse is actually a bad idea. It might just be long term. Sorry, it might just be short term. You know how sometimes they say sometimes you have to pull an arrow back before you launch it forward, and the fact that you're splitting your resources in multiple places at the same time and taking on a more empowered and active role, it might just be a means to an end. Well, let's see, what is the 6 of coins about? 5 of blades in reverse, first of buttons in reverse, the world in reverse. So I find the 6 of coins. You have the 5 of blades in reverse. No more fighting. Well, you're coming off as being dissatisfied, even though you're not. I don't know. You're still recovering. You might realize that you've actually invested. You might have picked the wrong option, and then now you are being forced to split your time, and you're trying to figure out what is worth fighting for, what is worth defending, because at the end of it, you're not achieved. This has not ended just yet. You're in a very transformative phase, Libra. You're actually realizing that a decision that you might have made and working on for a while is not actually the best. So you're actually exploring your options, and right now, because you're exploring your options, you're trying to avoid conflict, and you're trying not to overexert yourself. But one thing that is certain is that you are not getting right now the fulfillment you want to get financially. Eludes you, the world in reverse and the 9 of coins in reverse. But let's see, why is 9 of coins in reverse? Is another bad decision that you're making, or is this just a lesson to be learned? 9 of coins in reverse for Libra's finances. 5 of buttons in reverse. 5 of coins in reverse. Temperance. It's temporary. It is temporary. It's temporary. It's temporary. This split, it's temporary. It's temporary. And that's the thing, it's a major, like, there's a lot of cards that are in reverse, but then that's exactly what the Tower is. A major shake-up. But this major shake-up is going to present to you, especially financially, more options that you can explore. But the part that you have to play, Libra, is you have to ensure that there's no, whatever you are getting involved with, make sure there's no competition or no conflicts. You need proactive people that are willing to collaborate and not compete, people that actually are able to acknowledge and appreciate and utilize the things that they have around them. That's explaining the 5 of coins in reverse. And it's temperance. You have to trust the timing of things. Whatever you are getting, this tower is leading to you being blessed by the divine, but you have to appreciate and trust the timing of things. Be patient, learn the lessons. Whatever these 2 things that you are venturing into, or at least multiple things that you are venturing into, is going to require a lot of temperance and moderation from you. All the best. It's a major life change, but it's going to, yeah, eventually it will pay out. This is just like growing pains. Well, that's it, Libra. Good luck, all the best. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. I hope to see you on Tuesday. Bye.